Hi, my name is Mohammed, and I'm an investment associate at IFG.VC. We're a London-based angel syndicate that invests in early-stage tech startups from around the world. Previous to my role as an investor, I was on the other side of the table as an entrepreneur. As a startup founder, it's really important to have mentors, and mentors really helped me along my own journey. Sometimes you don't actually think you need a session, but you really do. I would go into sessions not really having a specific question, but I would go out of them enlightened. But at the same time, it's also important to know which kind of mentors you need to go to, because sometimes you need to go to a mentor that helps you with your mental health. Sometimes you need to go to a mentor that helps you with a specific accounting problem. Sometimes you need somebody who knows how to scale the business and he can help you, on these specific points that you need to reach. So that's also important of knowing what kind of mentor to go to. I decided to become a mentor because first I was mentored myself, and a very big aspect of entrepreneurship is the pay it forward mentality. I had so many mentors who gave up their time for free, and now it's my duty to do the same. And I think that's quite important of building the general startup ecosystem, because everything is a loop. So, I'm mentoring today, tomorrow somebody else is mentoring me, and that just means the whole ecosystem grows. It's sometimes difficult when you're both mentor and an investor in the same startup with the same entrepreneur, because they can be contrary at times. An entrepreneur is not going to tell you all of his worries if you're an investor, as he's supposed to prove himself to you. And that's quite important to build the trust. If the entrepreneur fully trusts you as an investor, then he can really relay everything that's worrying himself. The lucky thing in my current role with IFG.VC is that we are all either current or previous startup founders, which means we build, or at least we try to build, a founder-to-founder relationship with all our startups rather than an investor-founder relationship. And that's very, very important that the founder really trusts you, because eventually the problems that the startup has are going to come out. So rather let them come out earlier, where you can actually give them advice and allow them to build up their startup. The biggest con I see is that sometimes the roles can collide. So when an entrepreneur makes a mistake, for example, and he comes to you for help as a mentor, it's sometimes difficult to put on your mentor hat and not the investor hat, and get frustrated as to why this entrepreneur is losing your money, for example. But that's very important, to stay strong and put on the mentor hat and try to make right, whatever mistake has been made. On the other hand, of course, on the other side, it's also because you're an investor in this entrepreneur, you're also naturally more vested in that relationship. And so when you are trying to mentor, you find solutions because you own a percentage of the company. So you really are trying to find a real solution to this problem that entrepreneurs come up with. When you're mentoring, your entrepreneurs, it's quite important, to actually listen more than you talk. It's very easy for mentors, especially when they're more experienced, to just ramble on and they want to almost talk down to the entrepreneur all the better ideas that they have. But it's important to realize that you're not running the company, and it's easier for you to come up with your own ideas about how this entrepreneur should run his business in this few minute session that you have with him. You don't actually know better the entrepreneur himself, who's running the business on a day-to-day basis. And what's actually more important to do is, rather than tell the entrepreneur what to do, is actually to guide him and guide the entrepreneur to come out of his bubble, and so that he can see for himself his own business from above. Again, the aspect of paying it forward. Today I'm a mentor, tomorrow I'm being mentored by somebody else. And I will personally mentor whoever wants to reach out to me within reason. Even if I think they're just starting out, or I think that the business that they currently have is not actually going to make it in the end, just because maybe this current startup the entrepreneur is working on, maybe fails, but his second startup will be successful, and his third startup may be successful. And that's again coming back to the aspect of the ecosystem. And ecosystem is how you grow. And in the UK we have a great ecosystem, and we're seeing ecosystems pop up around the world. And really one of the bases of that is the pay it forward mentality. So that's very important for you to act as both a mentor and a mentee.